Tomorrow, Kansas voters weigh in on abortion rights in their state, and that vote is being watched as a giant bellwether. It will be the first vote on abortion since Roe was overturned by the Supreme Court. On the primary ballot, an amendment to the Kansas Constitution that would remove guaranteed protections for abortion rights. Our great reporters are back with us. We can put up on the screen what the ballot looks like and what the language is. Essentially, right now in Kansas, there's a constitutional protection for abortion rights. This would replace the language that says the Kansas Constitution does not create or secure a right to an abortion. It goes on to say that the state legislature may pass restrictions, including a ban if necessary. It is fascinating to me that you have a red state, Democratic governor, but a traditionally conservative state in the middle of America that will be our first test, both on the policy, but Democrats believe this could be. This is the first big test of, is this issue going to be a giant turnout mechanism?
It's really fascinating because you do have a lot of hurdles, a lot of issues going against it, going against the momentum because, you know, tomorrow is a primary day of traditionally lower turnout, but it will be a really fascinating gauge of whether this matters even in a red state. And obviously remember that Kansas City area, you know, in a conservative state, relatively progressive, and Kansas has been an fascinating sort of, you know, testing ground for a lot of these issues for the last several weeks.
Right. So Democrats are wondering, A, will this motivate our voters? B, will it help us get back Republican-leaning women in the suburbs, Republican-leaning independents who maybe because of inflation or the economy or whatever other reason were planning to vote against Joe Biden and the Democrats, if you will. Does it give them pause and bring them back? That's the test.
That's the big test. And nobody knows. Traditionally, abortion has been a real motivating issue for Republicans, not so much for Democrats. But the Democrats I've talked to, particularly ones who are listening to focus groups, listening to sort of rank and file voters, particularly young voters, this is a real motivating factor for them. Now that this reality is here, Roe v. Wade has been overturned in the country, they really think they are already seeing sort of a momentum that you know, they hope they can sustain in November. We'll see what happens, not only among young voters, but also these suburban white women swing voters, right? Who, as you said, have in some ways might swing back to Republicans, have traditionally been in Republican columns, but have over the last cycles really shown up for Democrats. Can they keep that going? So this will be a test for them.
And from a messaging perspective, I think why Democrats are finding that they're having some success here in galvanizing their voters is the way that they're talking about this, right? They're talking about abortion as a matter of health care, sometimes as a matter of life-saving care. I'm covering the Georgia Senate and governor's races, and Stacey Abrams a few days ago, speaking to her folks, she says, I would say to balance whether your immediate concerns about money, so inflation there, outweigh your concerns about your constitutional protected rights. I think it is in the messaging and how they are packaging this is why we are seeing just this rush of people, I think, so motivated to vote.
And so that's part of the key test. Can candidates effectively make the argument in a way that fits your state? A lot of liberals in Georgia, but also a lot of more conservative voters in Georgia. Stacey Abrams has stuck to Kansas, of course, you know, again, has a Democratic governor, but it's a pretty conservative state. When you look at it, here's one piece of evidence. We won't know until we count the votes tomorrow. But as of 6 a.m. this morning, early voting, both in-person and mail-in voting, is up 203% from the 2018 midterm year to 2022. Now, the COVID election year 2020 is in the middle there. So some people have become more accustomed to early voting and mail-in voting. But still, that is a giant jump from the last midterm election to this one. That we don't know what they're saying, yay or nay, but that tells you something.
It is really fascinating just to see the interest in that. I do think, though, however, despite whatever energy we see tomorrow on the abortion issue, I still think it is a big question how much that matters when you bring in other issues, which voters will be voting on in November, because obviously it won't be just abortion. It would be the economy. It would be inflation, perhaps other issues. So how abortion access gets prioritized with those other issues, I think it's a question that we're going to continue to be asking.
That's why this one state is such a great laboratory, because everybody will react to it. If it's a very good turnout for the Democrats, if they believe this helps them, Republicans are going to figure out how do we counter it, which gets you to the other issues. Katie Gluck wrote about this smartly in the New York Times on Sunday. Republicans insist that anger around inflation and fear of a recession will crowd out other concerns for a broad swath of voters. The Tuesday vote will offer an early snapshot of attitudes and energy around abortion, if not a definitive predictor of how these voters will behave in the fall. So, you know, the Democrats are telling you now that they think the climate is better than it was a couple months ago because they do think this will be motivating. You can say that. Here's a test.
That's right. And one of the reasons it's motivating is because Democrats are angry, right? If you've seen over the last couple of weeks, there have been these terrible cases, right, the girl from Ohio who had to go to Indiana. She was 10 years old. She was raped, and it was difficult for her to get an abortion. And so those are the kinds of cases that I think we'll probably likely see more of. The idea that, maybe if you have a miscarriage or something, there are all of these scenarios that is not just about women who might be poor, who might not have access to abortion. It could affect any woman in any state if abortion access is restricted. So you're seeing, I think, emotion around this, and that usually helps in terms of motivating voters.
You could see Pennsylvania Senate race, suburbs matter. Arizona Senate race, suburbs matter. Michigan governor's race, Arizona governor's race, Georgia governor's race, and Senate race there. Any place else on the map where we'll study tomorrow and say, okay, this has happened in Kansas. Let's watch out here.
Right. And I think the impact, particularly on the Senate races, will be really interesting because so many of the Senate battlegrounds this year are places where voters tend to be more supportive of abortion rights. So that's why you've seen candidates, incumbent senators such as Catherine Cortez Masto of Nevada, Maggie Hassan of New Hampshire, really lean into this issue that perhaps they wouldn't in another state.